Good afternoon. Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa says that Senator Christopher Bongo did give out a cash allowance to police officers, but it was never intended as a bounty for slain drug suspects. During the House of Representatives Quad Committee hearing on Friday, October 11, retired Police Colonel Royina Garma bared that there was a reward system to encourage police officers to kill drug personalities during former President Rodrigo Duterte's administration. In a separate interview with De La Rosa, he says that Go, as the senior aide of former President Duterte, gave out money because he was instructed by Duterte when they were still in Davao City. But De La Rosa maintains that the distribution of allowances was not part of a so-called reward system to encourage police officers to kill drug personalities. De La Rosa served as the police chief of Davao before eventually heading the Philippine National Police when Duterte won the presidential race in 2016. As PNP chief, De La Rosa became the first enforcer of Duterte's dreaded war on drugs, which was carried out through Oplan Tokhang, an operation blamed for the extrajudicial killings of thousands of mostly poor drug suspects. De La Rosa says that police station commanders were given a small amount for allowance and operational expenses every time they have a command conference. According to De La Rosa, handing out money to police personnel was a normal practice throughout Duterte's tenure as Davao City Mayor, one he would continue during his presidency. De La Rosa says that when he was the PNP chief, Duterte had provided allowances to all the regional police directors after their command conference just reimbursed the expenses of their travel. De La Rosa adds Go supervised distribution of money to PNP officers as the special assistant to the president, like what he had done in Davao. Known as Duterte's most trusted lieutenant, Go has remained close to the former president even after winning a Senate seat in 2019. But De La Rosa says it was the first time that he had heard of such a term, as he was more familiar with Oplan Tokhang, which was his brainchild that he implemented at the national level. The Department of Migrant Workers says the Philippines has repatriated 488 overseas Filipino workers and their dependents from Lebanon amid heightened tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. According to the Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak, the government is responding to President Bongbong Marcos's directive to secure the safety and welfare of Filipinos affected by the conflict in Lebanon.
Since day one, na pumutok ang hidwaan at sigalot sa pagitan ng Israel Defense Forces at Hezbollah noong Oktubre 2023. Higit kumulang 460 OFWs from Lebanon ang nakauwi at kasama ang kanilang 28 dependents o anak. So ang kabuuang bilang ay 488.
Kakdak says that an additional 514 OFWs are expected to be repatriated soon. Of the 514 OFWs, 264 of them have booked commercial flights, while the remaining 250 are awaiting exit clearances from Lebanese immigration authorities. Kakdak adds that 192 Filipinos are currently staying in government-provided shelters across Beirut, with social workers and medical workers providing assistance. Meanwhile, Kakdak also says that there are OFWs who choose to remain in Lebanon despite the government's voluntary repatriation program. Kakdak cites financial reasons and the sense of commitment and dedication of OFWs to their work as primary reasons on why they choose to stay in Lebanon despite the tensions. Kakdak acknowledges that while some employers are reluctant to release workers, the labor attachés, along with the welfare officers of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, have successfully negotiated for their release in many cases. Furthermore, Kakdak says the government is prepared to escalate efforts if the conflict worsens and Alert Level 4 or mandatory repatriation is raised. Former One Direction singer Liam Payne was found dead after falling from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, Argentina on Wednesday, October 16. He was 31. According to Buenos Aires police, Payne fell from the third floor of the Casa Sur Hotel in Palermo neighborhood of Argentina's capital, resulting in extremely serious injuries. The police say medics have confirmed his death on the spot. Head of the State Emergency Medical System, Alberto Crescenti, told local television that Payne fell into a courtyard but declined to answer further questions about the incident, including whether Payne jumped from the balcony or fell by accident. According to Crescenti, emergency personnel rushed to the Casa Sur Hotel after an emergency call was made at 5:04 p.m. on Wednesday. The emergency personnel arrived 7 minutes later and verified the death of a man who they later learned was a singer. Argentine media reported that Payne was in Buenos Aires to attend the concert of his former One Direction bandmate Niall Horan. Payne was part of the British-Irish pop sensation One Direction, who emerged in 2010 when then teenagers Payne, Niall Horan, Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, and Zayn Malik appeared on British television contest The X Factor. Payne had been on The X Factor twice before striking gold. The band went on to release an album of radio-ready songs each year in time for the holiday shopping season and became one of the highest-grossing live acts in the world. Payne had a 7-year-old son, Bear Gray Payne, with his former girlfriend, the musician Cheryl, who was known as Cheryl Cole. Fellow celebrities including Charlie Puth and Paris Hilton extended their condolences and paid their heartfelt tribute to the late singer. Puth expressed his disbelief over the death of Payne on Instagram, saying Payne had always been kind to him. He also shared his old photo and video with Payne, sharing how upset he is right now and hoping that Payne may rest in peace. Meanwhile, on her post on X, Paris Hilton sent love to the loved ones that Payne has left behind. These are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Red. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.